to make it 27-0, missing the PAT. Only 23 seconds left before halftime. Deep man back is Burris for the Patriots. 5 turnovers for Oakland in the first half. 3 have resulted in touchdowns. Hosford, kick sailing to the right. Could be caught. The 20, 25, spinning to the 26 is Spivey. Oakland will have only 14 seconds and probably just take a knee here. Jesse Torres with the tackle for the Bulldogs. Donnie, it appears that maybe we've got a little dry weather now.
Yeah, it looks like finally for the first time tonight that the light mist has finally stopped, so maybe that weather system is finally moving out, Brian.
Donnie Johnson with your Steve Martin Construction Field Report, 904-9639. Give Steve a call. Draw play and nowhere to go for Burris. And the clock going to continue to roll here, and don't think Oakland's going to have a chance to get another playoff. And your quarter's going to draw to a close. Smyrna up 27-0. Got you updated on all of your scores. Halftime everywhere. Kickoff's going to be taken by Wilkes at the 5. At the 10, at the 15, cuts left. And now barrels his way to about the 18. Rodriguez Wilkes on the return there. 21-7. Wilson Central over Siegel at half. 21-14 Riverdale over Lebanon. 14 apiece Blackman Laverne. 7 apiece Eagleville Forest. Here it's 27-0 Smyrna. John, if you're Oakland, want to climb back into this one if possible here in the second half, you got to have a stop here.
Well, you do, and I don't think Smyrna's going to play dead, and I don't think they're going to play conservative. I think they're going to try to do what they did in the first half, keep throwing the football.
Sonny Gray sending 3 receivers, 2 to one side and 1 to the left, but now here's Harris on the handoff, 25-30, 35-40, and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Another first bank first down for Maceo Harris and a 23-yard pickup. Webster on the tackle for Oakland.
Got a great block that time on the left end there for Smyrna, and Maceo took it to the outside and picked up a good amount of yards there.
Crouch back in after being slightly injured in the first half. Martin also to the right. I backfield with Willis and Maceo Harris. Another receiver to the left for Sonny Gray, who's under center this time. Ball loose. And Oakland's going to get this one, I think.
There's a flag, Brian.
There is a flag in there, too, as John just mentioned, but I think that's Clarence Jordan who picked up the loose ball.
Oakland's going to decline it. I think it's going to be their ball.
I think the official pointed Smyrna's way for the infraction there.
That's exactly what you needed if you're a Patriot fan. The Oakland Patriots pick up the football and have good field position in Smyrna territory.
So Oakland going to have the ball right at the 45 of Smyrna. So good situation here for the Patriots after the second turnover here for the Bulldogs. That ball just, Harris had it and it just came loose on him.
Yeah, nobody hit him. He just lost control of the football.
Burnett getting the signals from the sidelines.
They're going to have to hurry.
Got trips to the left, 1 to the right. Here's Burnett. Late pitch. Burris hit right as he tried to turn the corner. John, if that flip out there had been another half second later, would have been a loose ball. Josh Day on the
He almost flipped it to Josh Day. He was right there, and almost a busted play. Didn't look good from the very beginning on that.
Lost 1, so it'll bring up second down and 11. The ball at the 46. Right in the center of the field. And a Melrod over the football. 3 wide right, 1 to the left for Burnett. From the shotgun, keeps it up the gut, 40. and spins down to around the 35-yard line. It's going to be awfully close to that first down. It's going to depend on the spot. Right where the official is, it's a first down. Crouch on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Smyrna came with a blitz, and Burnett read it and just kind of kept the football up the middle. Was able to pick up about 9.
Ball about a half-yard short. They didn't spot it at the 35. They put it between the 35 and 36. So a 3rd and short for Oakland. Bass in the backfield along with Burris. I believe Burnett's going to keep it, and I don't think he got it.
Well, they had about 8 men that came up to the line of scrimmage, and
Brock Willis got in there.
Yeah, Brock was in there with about 2 others.
No gain. 4th and 1, you're Oakland. What do you do?
Well, I just don't think it's a no-brainer here. I think you got to go for it.
Down 27-0 here, 9:20 on the 3rd quarter clock. Looked like Burnett was a little antsy there, John, and may have given away the play.
And here they come again. I can tell you they're going to come.
Burnett, pitch late, ball loose, and I think Brock Willis got it. Yes, Quentin Allen got on it. Brock Willis was in there, and the 6th turnover for the Oakland Patriots.
Another big play by Quentin Allen. He's been all over the football. That's 2 fumbles he's recovered now. And a missed opportunity there for the Patriots, and Smyrna gets it first down.
Smyrna win here puts them in the playoffs.
They get the ball back about where they lost it. 1 turnover for Smyrna. That is 5 turnovers for Oakland tonight. Make that 2 for us, Smyrna. I believe there was an interception too.
Sonny Gray back to pass, looking across the middle, has Crouch there, catch at the 35, to the 30, down to the 28. Josh Crouch with a big play there. David Sanders. .26-yard line, so they gave him a couple of extra after that.
31-yard pickup, and Josh Crouch joins the group of receivers along with Martin Wilkes and Martin, who have had receptions tonight.
Wide side of the field is the left. That's where Martin is standing. Another receiver to the right, I believe that's Crouch. High backfield. Here's Maceo Harris again. Harris, 25, 20, and wrapped up and thrown down at the 17. 8 yards on the carry that time for Maceo Harris on the 1st and 10. Webster on the tackle for Oakland High.
Ran a little delay that time, and Maceo was able to cut the corner, picked up a good gain. And on that previous pass play, Sonny Gray had all day to throw the football. And again, you can't give that kid that much time.
2nd down and about 1.5 yards. Harris gets the delay handoff and then falls down after trying to go left and banging right, but he lost 3. Miles Taylor on the tackle for Oakland. 3rd down and about 4 to go. 7:25 left in the 3rd, 27-0. Smyrna. Nobody scored in this half. It's been a quarter of turnovers here so far. Martin is a receiver to the right, another to the left. That's Orlando Martin. Pitch back, Harris. Ran right into the Oakland defender, DeMarco King. John, looked like he might have had a little more room inside than out.
Yeah, that did cut back and kept it from beginning a big gain there. I think if he'd have moved to the inside, he would have picked up some good yardage.
4th down and 4 for the Bulldogs, and they are going for it here. Same set as last time. Orlando Martin to the left, DeMarcus Martin to the right. Willis and Harris in the backfield, and I believe Oakland was drawn off sides, which would be a first down. Wait on the call here. It is against Oakland. John, pretty smart play there by Gray, and that's something hard to do, a hard count at the line, drew him off.
Yeah, that will pick up the first down for him as well, Brian, and that's twice that's happened tonight in crucial situations. That was a fourth down situation.
Ball at the 15 now, 1st and 10, a first bank first down off of the Oakland penalty. Wide out to either side, and I backfield for Gray. Big Tyler Montgomery, the center. Maceo Harris. A nice hold, breaks free. Second effort, third effort. Gets down across the 10 to the 5. We had a nice block in there. Sam Urey finally on the stop.
Yeah, I think he lost the football just momentarily, but was able to pick it up.
Ball right at the 5-yard line, so second down and about 1.
There are a lot of things on this play. You've got about 6 yards to go for a touchdown. You've got a 2nd and 1. Be innovative here on this play.
Gray calling the signals at the line. Maceo, right side, cuts out, bounces outside, and gets to the goal line to the end zone for the touchdown. From 6 yards out, Maceo Harris.
Nice cut back to the outside, and that's what enabled him to score. Nobody was able to pick him up, and he scores from 6 yards out.
Here's Hosford to tack on the extra. Welcome online listeners, 2 from Atlanta, Georgia tonight. 1 from Tullahoma, 1 from Nashville as well. Snap is high, the set, the kick, up and good. It is 34-0. Smyrna up. Back after this.
Hi, this is Kay Mitchell at Bud's Tire. The kids were volunteer fire truck.
At the game with prep football coverage.
Smyrna Bulldogs just scored again here to make it 34-0 over the Oakland Patriots. Here in the third quarter, 5:05 left. Don't have any new scores to pass along other than the halftime scores. Riverdale was up at the half. Wilson Central over Siegel. Blackman and Laverne and Eagleville and Forest both tied at halftime. Oakland is awaiting the Michael Hosford kickoff. And it's short, a lot of hang time. Caught at the 30, 35, 40, and up to the 44. Michael Bolton on the tackle. 10-yard return for Oakland High School, I believe. Well, I have no idea who that was. Different number there. New score for you at the end of the third. Eagleville up 14-7 over Forest. Go Eagles. They're a quarter away from hosting their first ever playoff game. They can pick up that win at Forest. Burnett to Burris. Burris 45 to the 46, up to the 47-yard line. Pick up of 3. Smotherman on the tackle. You can find all of our scores, by the way, at goinsidesports.com. Also, a full basketball schedule of each Rutherford County team already up there. Yes, it's almost that time. 32 days, I think, from our basketball season tipping off. Hopefully be playing a little football by that time, too, still. Burnett with some time. Passes out there and caught. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Oakland High. And Josh Fleming, 52-yard TD.
Beautifully thrown ball by Burnett. Had some pressure. just threw it over the defender's head and right into Josh Fleming's hand for a 52-yard touchdown pass for the Patriots.
Oakland has gotten on the scoreboard here, the 4:10 mark of the third quarter. Saltavong on for the PAT, and it's good. Oakland has scored here, making it 34-7. Back after this.
Are you in the market for a new heating and cooling system? I'm Jay Tedder with the Tedder Company Heating and Air Conditioning. And a big change is coming to the heating and cooling industry starting in January.
That's tough right there. 25-yard line going to kick off.
Rodriguez Wilkes is deep back. Crouch and Martin as well. Tyler Burnett ready to kick off here. He averages anywhere from 30 to 40. It's high. Going to be caught at the 20 by Wilkes. 25-30. Cuts back at the 35 to the right. At the 40. At the 45 breaks another tackle. And now a big massive pile up at the 48-yard line. So John, a nice return that time. Good running by Wilkes.
Well, he missed about 4 tackles were missed. But boy, the last one, Wilkes had to take a beating, but nice run by Wilkes.
Zach Wollifer on the tackle for Oakland. They're actually going to put the ball, looks like, right.
I really gave him a shot toward the end of the play.
We'll watch him on the sidelines. He is kind of laughing a little bit, but maybe trying to laugh off the pain. Gray with the eye backfield and 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sonny rushed out of the pocket, now just dumps it out of bounds. Incomplete. Looks like he was rushed out there by DeMarco King.
Kind of hit a standstill, had me here. I mean, it was just kind of, plays kind of slowed down quite a bit.
Still in the third quarter, too, by the way, and it's 9:30, so another long game for us here tonight.
These West Coast games are really getting to me. I'm having a hard time getting up in the morning. Well, I'm glad I don't have to do the coach's show this Saturday.
Let's continue to lobby for 7 o'clock starts for the regular season.
I'll talk to my congressman.
That's probably what it'll take. Here's Gray to Maceo Harris. Tries to cut it outside. Maybe stumbles forward for a yard. Jordan, LaVegas Jordan with a tackle in there. We do have several new players in, too, which may explain some of the play. 3rd down and 9, right in the center of the field for Smyrna High. Orlando Martin is a receiver to the right, 2 more to the left. Josh Crouch, one of those. Harris still in the backfield with Gray. Gray rolling out left. Pass to Crouch and almost picked off. Jack Wolliver almost got his paws on that one, but it fell incomplete. And Bulldogs will punt here.
Another good defensive stand by Oakland. You know, you take away those turnovers, and I know I've said this many times tonight, probably about a 14-7 game here, and
5 fumbles and an interception for Oakland have been the story for them tonight. It's been a really tough night.
I'll wait for Josh Krause to get back in the field.
Now Hosford is ready to punt it away. Sam Urey is deep back. It's going to bounce, and Urey's going to get away from it, and it drops dead at the 19. 36-yard punt. And down at the 19. So Oakland will take over here with 2:51 left in the third quarter. It's 34-7. Smyrna up on the Oakland Patriots here tonight. Smyrna win, which looks like they're on their way to that, will ensure them a playoff spot. finish.
A loss now will eliminate Oakland. Is that correct?
A loss will eliminate the Oakland Patriots. Here's Oakland's Tyler Burnett. Hand off to the fullback. I believe that was Bass. And a -2 there for Bass. Dearman on the tackle for Smyrna. Boy, the run game has been stagnant really for Oakland tonight, hasn't it, John?
Yeah, about 15 yards here. Let's see, 11, 20, 20 yards, 18 yards. Got it, 18 yards rushing. That's just puts a lot of pressure on your passing game. That's for sure.
2nd and 12 now. Here's Burnett, back to pass, gets out of some trouble and overthrew Uri by about 10 yards. Bring up a 3rd down and 12. 2 minutes exactly left here in the 3rd. Ball at the Oakland 17-yard line. Pass moving from left to right. At the end of 3, Wilson Central 35, Siegel 7, 35-7. Wilson Central appears to be on their way to a victory there at the end of 3. Burnett is sacked for a big loss. He was down. Quentin Allen got in there for the big brown bag. That is a loss of about 13 yards.
Didn't have a chance. Smyrna sent another. That time the safety got him.
Josh Crouch standing right at the 40, and Oakland going to have to punt from their end zone. So Tyler Burnett trying to get this one out of here. Hits right at the 35 and bounces to the 50. Crouch going to let it go down to the 41. So a nice punt of 54 yards. Well, John, that'll help.
Yeah, that'll get you out of a hole quickly.
So the latest score, 35-7, Wilson Central over Siegel. Riverdale was leading 11 and 27-14. 27-14, Riverdale over Lebanon, and Eagleville over Forest by a touchdown, 14-7. Here it is 34-7. Smyrna over Oakland. Smyrna takes over here with the ball between the 39 and 40 of Smyrna. Here's Gray quarterbacking the Bulldogs to Maceo Harris, and he's hit at the line and dumped for a loss by Griffin. Loss 1. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning. The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner will be on the air from the Church Street Shoney's 9 until 11 tomorrow. New score, Laverne 20, Blackman 14 at the end of 3. 20-14 Laverne. Another close game. Second and 12. Wrapping up the 3rd quarter here pretty shortly. Maceo 40, 45, right at the center of the field. Going to be about a yard shy. Picked up 11. Petty with his 5th tackle. The ball right at the 49, so 3rd and 1 when we come back into the 3rd quarter. Smyrna to Smyrna High School. Smyrna Bulldogs have a 3rd and 1.5 with the ball at the 49. Harris can't cut the corner. So Maceo lost 2 on that play, bring up 4th down as we start the 4th quarter of play. And Smyrna going to be forced to punt here. Eagleville 27, Forest 7 with 5 minutes left in the 4th. How about that, John?
Yeah, it looks like the Eagles have arrived, Brian, and that's a big win with only 5 minutes left to go. It looks like Eagles are going to clinch that home field, too, for at least a game, aren't they?
That is absolutely awesome. Snap from center is high. Hosford gets a high one and a short one off. It takes a bounce, though, for Smyrna, and it's going to be down at around the 17-yard line, 34-yarder.
And of less significance importance will be Donnie will pick up a game in the Pigskin Pigs.
He did go with the Eagles,
but he did go with UT.
Uh-oh.
So we'll see. He could have a great weekend. This could be his, you remember? What's it, not a marathon? It's a sprint thing, you know?
Now, how many games are you down, Donnie? 20? No, only about 5 or 6, right?
Right. If he has a good weekend, we could be sweating it. A lot of confidence there, my friend.
Oakland takes over here for the 1st and 10 from the 18, and I believe somebody called a timeout. So we will step aside as well. 34-7, Smyrna will be back.
Other expenses come to First Bank, where you matter most. First Bank, where you matter most. Phone 890-1111.
Tyler Burnett rolling out here on the 1st and 10, passing left side and incomplete. Broken up by Josh Day.
Nice play by Day. He took that left hand and just slapped it down. Good play.
2nd down. Appreciate Principal Rakes and Assistant Principal Powell and many others here who have made our night at Smyrna, as always, very comfortable. Patriots sending 3 wide to the right. Forrest is one of those. Burnett still quarterbacking with Burris to the right. He keeps it, goes up the center, gets to the 23-yard line. 5-yard pickup for Shadrack, brings it down. Third down and 5 yards. Oakland with a lot of ground to try to make up here, and frankly, not enough time to get it done, I wouldn't think. 34-7 is the score. Smyrna up big.
Smyrna defense just too tough. They have really shut down the running game for Oakland, and it's been very, very tough night for Tyler Barnett, although I've got to give him credit. He has stood up there in the pocket and delivered some pretty good passes tonight with a lot of pass rush on him.
Ball at the Oakland 23, fakes the handoff to Burris. Now passes right side and incomplete, intended for Josh. Make that Josh Fleming.
A lot of rush that time, and Burnett was almost completed that, just overthrew Fleming just by a hair.
4th down and punting situation, and Rodriguez Wilkes is back out there. He was clobbered on the last punt return. He's hovering between the 45 and 50. Here's Tyler Burnett after the officials finally spot the ball at the right spot. At the 23. Almost get a hand on it here. Rodriguez slips down right at the 44. The old turf monster got him that time, just slipped. 35-yard punt, no return.
Obviously, the turf is slicker than what we've down on the pavement area, because we've seen very little moisture. But you know, Donnie, when he gets back on the field down there, he'll probably give us a report before he tells just how slick that field was tonight. It seemed like they have had some trouble with footing. Another offsides, it looks like, for Oakland.
This one's going to be against the Pats for sure here, I would think. And this was on a first down play, not a fourth. It is against Oakland. Well, I can tell you the temperature is dropping a little bit. That mist must have brought in that cold front that was supposed to drop our temperatures.
I think it's supposed to come another one through here Sunday and make it even cooler. We should have some nice weather next weekend. May have to wear your long johns, Brian.
Football weather. Here's Gray. Quick pass, right side, Wilkes, 45, 40. Tries to spin out of trouble, but can't. And a massive pile-up of humanity right at the 40 of Oakland.
It's only the second pass Gray's thrown here in the second half, so Smyrna doing the right thing here, just trying to eat up some clock, get a first down, and they do.
Urey on the tackle after a 13-yard pickup.
We should have some finals here before long, Brian. It looks like we're going to go over 10 o'clock hour, and again, we should have quite a few finals, actually.
Twins to the left, Wilkes to the right. There's Tyler Slater in at quarterback. Here's Mauricio, 35, 30, 25 down the sideline and stepped out at the 20. Boy, he had another inch, he was gone. Sam Urey on the tackle, pushed him out. Didn't really push him out, but didn't give him any room to cut back to the left side.
That's right, 70 yards in the second half, 69 in the first. You can't get much more consistent than that. Maceo Harris.
Another First Bank first down for the Bulldogs here. 9:15 left in the fourth. It's 34-7 Bulldogs. Slater with Brock Willis in the backfield. Harris is a receiver, 1 of 2. Here's Brock. Barrels forward to the 15. 5-yard pickup. Marco King on the takedown for Oakland.
Brian, it appears Oakland's kind of on their last leg here, and defensively they look a little tired right now. They've been on that field a long time tonight.
Purple and gold clad Bulldogs rolling out. Wilkes and Harris to the right. Crouch and another receiver to the left with Brock Willis in the backfield. Slater at quarterback. Fakes the handoff, going right, and pulled down and sacked from behind by Burris. Justin Burris, the junior for Oakland.
That was a nice tackle, and Slater just could try to get to the outside, but Burris read that really well and made a good tackle.
Makes it 3rd and 8. Ball at the Oakland 18. Willis and Harris in the backfield now for Slater. High backfield for the Bulldogs. Slater to Mauricio Harris. Keeps those feet moving, but can't get past the Oakland defenders. Justin Burris again in there for Oakland. Brings up a 4th down. Slater going to continue to quarterback here, looks like, the junior. Sonny Gray, of course, a sophomore at quarterback. He's going to have another good couple of years here for Smyrna. They're in good shape.
Yeah, Sonny Gray's got a good arm, and as he gets older and matures more, he's just going to get better and better and better.
On the 4th and 8, Slater to Wilkes. He's there. Jump ball catch for the touchdown.
I believe
There's a flag.
I believe that's going to be offensive pass interference. And I think he pushed off at the last second there. Wilkes, in his angst to get the ball, I think he pushed off.
The official's still talking it over there. Was a 4th down pass. quite a long conference going on.
I can't see that it could be anything else, honestly. I mean, it was pretty obvious.
And you are exactly right. So the touchdown is negated. Oakland's going to have the ball as they take over. That was a 4th down penalty, and lose it down on that. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Oakland High School. 7:04 left here in the 4th. Smyrna up comfortably, 34-7. Ball right at the 33 of Oakland.
Oakland defense again hanging tough.
You're going to point out those turnovers again? They were huge.
No, I'm not going to. I've done it enough.
Oakland goes with Burris. Burris picks up a couple. Second and 8. Oakland Riverdale next week will be our broadcast game. Haven't missed one of those broadcasts since they've been doing them. It's a final. Eagleville has won. Eagleville 27, Forest 7. The Eagleville Eagles going to finish second in their region and host a playoff game. Congratulations to Eagleville. Here's Burnett. Pass to the left side and incomplete. I believe that was Yuri. Wilkes on the defending there on the play, if you will. John, that's a huge win for Eagleville because they get to host a playoff game instead of travel and finishing third, and it means a lot, and especially in that particular region and who they have to play to be able to host.
No, I think it means a lot confidence-wise, too. You know, Brian, that's a game that maybe a couple of years ago they would have lost that game, and they come in and win that on the road. Huge victory for Jason Sharps and the Eagleville Eagles.
Here's Burnett back to pass and throws it away out of bounds. And it's a big rival for Eagleville as well with Forest, who's had an established program there. So congratulations there. We don't have any other finals to pass along. Eagleville was a bit ahead of everybody else. I'm sure they'll be streaming in here any minute. Fourth down now after Oakland could not convert on the 4th and 8. They will punt away. Rodriguez Wilkes right at his 30. Snap is high to Burnett, but he gets off a nice one. Bounces at the 29 and rolls dead right there. Bounces once and then diagonally upfield. 36-yard punt by Burnett. He's helping his average out a little bit. He was right around 32, so he may add a couple of yards to that average. Again tomorrow morning, Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner from the South Church Street Shoney's. Monday, Ideas Inside Sports Scene back at the studios for an hour show. We're going to be talking a little World Series baseball on the show. Then Oakland at Riverdale next Friday night to wrap up the regular season back at Tomahawk Stadium next week. Slater back in at quarterback for the Bulldogs. Handoff out there to Michael Bolton Jr. Lost 2. Pull out the old roster here and keep it handy. They have gone at least 2 deep into their backs here for Smyrna here with 5:25 left in the 4th. Smyrna up 34-7. Jesse Torres to the left, another receiver to the right. For Slater with the eye backfield. And again, it's Michael Bolton. Bolton picked up a couple. Got back to the original line of scrimmage before the loss of yardage. Riverdale 34, 11, and 21 final. Riverdale survives down at 11 and tonight, 34-21. Riverdale a winner. Got 2 of 5 finals in. We'll have them all here for you and at GoInsideSports.com. I believe we're going to have a delay of game here against Smyrna. I want to remind you that all of our scores on your Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard are made possible by National Health Corporation and Middle Tennessee Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, your partners in athletic health care. Third and 15 now after the penalty of 5 yards. Slater rolls his Bulldogs to the line. Hand off to the back, 25, 30, and yanked out of bounds at the 32. And that again is Michael Bolton. Fourth down and a punting situation now here. Michael Hosford in to take care of that. Urey right around the 35, ready to receive it. Smyrna taking their time, of course, to let the goal clock melt away. Urey not going to be able to return it. There is a flag. Dribbles down to the 19. It's while the ball was in the air, so I'm not sure what that's going to be. A lot of times those type of flags are personal fouls. Looks like about a 50-yard punt by Hosford too.
That's going to be a shame if that negates that. That was a nice punt there.
Still, the officials are conferencing out there.
Again.
I
guess it's good to get it right, though, Brian.
I guess so.
You know, rather than...
There's a push in the back. This one was against Oakland, so it's not going to negate that 50-yard punt.
Well, as my good friend Dandy Don Meredith used to say, turn out the lights, party's over.
Yes, it is.
May have been that way for a while.
John really kind of summarized the game. Smyrna scored and then immediately scored again, just like back-to-back, and bam, Oakland was down 14-0.
Yeah, basically, Brian, it just took the life out of Oakland. You know, you get down that quickly and unable to hold on to the football. Bad things happen, one right on top of the other, and the next thing you know, it's a ball game.
Oakland, after the penalty, has the ball backed up to their 8. This has been that kind of night for the Pats. Burnett airs one out, right side, and incomplete. Have to see who that was across the way. I believe that was Urey, but no, it wasn't Urey. It was yes, that's who it was. It was Urey, right side. Another final for you: Wilson Central 42, Siegel 14. Wilson Central 42, Siegel 14, a final tonight on your Jennings and Ayers Funeral Home scoreboard. Byrne was leading Blackman 20-14 at the end of the third. Should be getting the final on that one pretty quickly. Maybe a yard for the fullback for Oakland. That was Burris again. Prentice Alsop Heating and Air fifth quarter show coming your way at the conclusion of this contest. And Donnie Johnson will have your Steve Martin construction field report with your TriStar Home Mortgage star of the game from Smyrna High School. Going to be victorious tonight. Looks like by a 34-7 margin, unless something happens here. They're going to run their record to 5-4. Oakland going to drop to 2-7. Here's Burnett. Long pass, kind of wobbly out there, and incomplete. Intended for Blizzard, but never got there. And defending on the play was Larry Sanders of Smyrna High. So third down. No, fourth down, excuse me. Didn't change the yard marker on the side for me.
Brian, I think Smyrna will just be content to run out the clock here, and we'll call this a ball game. And again, turnovers were the name of the game here for Oakland tonight. Unfortunately for them, but Smyrna capitalized, and a good team to do that, and they're going to go over the 500 mark tonight with a win. Torres, the deep man, back. Going to ask for the fair catch and get that at their 43, at the Oakland 43, if you will. Brian, you know, you talk about the playoffs coming up, and it appears that Smyrna is going to be a team that, you know, you're going to have to, you can't ignore. You know, the record may not be great, but, you know, 5-4 is not that impressive, whatever it'll be at the end, 6-4, whatever. But they play some pretty quality opponents. We talked about that before the game tonight. They haven't played any slouches, you know, Ravenwood, Riverdale, they're all out there. And so those 4 losses have not been, you know, the Pansies, and they did beat a very good Laverne club
in week 0, and Laverne played very well last week against Siegel when we saw them. Handoff on this play to Michael Bolton. Lost 2 on the play. John, I think you have to look at our region versus Region 3 5A as well. And our top 4, our 2, 3, and 4 in our region are better than their 2, 3, and 4. And so it's going to make for an interesting first round of the playoffs, I would think, for whoever gets in. And maybe for an even more interesting second round, you know? That's very true. It could be all region 4 or 5A. Yeah. Bolton breaks free at the 40, gets down to the 38. 8-yard pickup. Right now, it appears that Cookville is going to win the region. Don't think there's any way that they can't win in 3 5A. And Lincoln County second. Warren County, after the 0-34 years that they had there, going to finish third in the region, ahead of Franklin County likely. And so we shall see. We'll know a lot more next week. Our last regular season game, is that correct? It's kind of hard to believe. This year's kind of flown by. I'm almost teary-eyed thinking about it. 3rd and 4, and Bolton doesn't get the first down, but only 35 seconds. They're going to go for it on 4th, I would imagine, and run out the rest of the clock as the crowd begins to file out here. Well, this regular season has led us to many places on the road this year, including Columbus, Ohio, earlier in the season. So been to Wilson Central for the first time. It has been an interesting one. We've done things we've never done before. We've walked where no man has walked. We've talked where no man never talked. He's getting sentimental here. There you go. There's the horn. It's over. 34-7. Smyrna Bulldogs victorious tonight. Now run their record to 5-4. Ron Ferguson's Oakland Patriots now 2-7 on the year. Smyrna winner, 34-7. We're going to get into our Prentice Alsop Heating and Air fifth quarter show right after this. Stay with us.
Sprint and Nextel have come together